Alright, hello everyone, it's Nigel here once again, and welcome back to the Labyrinth. So, got some poetry for you guys today, so, of course, if you enjoy the video, please, like, react, all that good stuff, and, I'm also going to be filming System Shock Radio, the next episode of System Shock Radio later on today. We're back to our weekly schedule for both. It's just, it's going to be kind of bi-weekly in that one will be pre-recorded like we're doing here, and then the rest will be, and then the others will be live. So these gotta be the pre-recorded ones in the meantime. But I got, like I said, I got a few poems, and we're gonna try out this new format. So we're starting off with a poem I've written in the past, and honestly, I gotta get back to writing poetry for my page and everything, and mainly because I haven't posted on there in a while. So I do have a page on Facebook, Poetry with Nigel Dixie. So it's more of a group. So it's only for like a select few members. So I gotta post on there, not just because I haven't posted on there in a while, but also because I'm kind of running out of poems to reread. I kind of blew a lot of them with episode 15, where I read a whole bunch of them. So yeah, I kind of went through a lot of them in that regard. But nevertheless, we're going to try this new format. A poem I've written before, and then a poem that's brand new that I'm reading for the first time, and a poem from someone else. And these poems are going to be kind of short, but so we're going to read it and then do an explanation for them. And if you've watched Tales from the Labyrinth before, then you kind of know what to expect already. But so this first one is called 3 Words, 8 Letters. So, sorry. I'm again using my hand and everything to hold the phone while I record. I still can't find my stand, but that's neither here nor there. All right, 3 words, or 8 letters. Say it, and I'm yours. You could probably guess what those 3 words and those 8 letters are, which is, of course, I love you. That's yeah. So that's a pretty obvious one, but oftentimes that's the word, and that's what a lot of people want to hear, and that's how a lot of people want to feel. They want to feel like they're loved by someone else. But yeah, so that's that. But this next one is called Rough Seas. Stay the course, steady the sails, brave the storm until you reach the shore. So, of course, those of you who've been out on a boat in the middle of a storm, or especially when they tell you not to do that, you know it's pretty hard to be out there with a lot of the waves and everything. It's very dangerous, and you want to find land as soon as possible so that you're not out there risking your life and everything. So this can kind of relate to life in a way. Hey, from an emotional or a mental viewpoint, where you feel like you're out on the rough waters and everything, and then you're trying to find the shore so that you can be safe and everything. So yeah, I kind of translated it to poetry in that regard. And this final one is going to be called Legacies, and this one is by Nikki Giovanni. So, her grandmother called her from the playground. "Yes, ma'am, I want you to learn how to make rolls," said the old woman proudly. But the little girl didn't want to learn how, because she knew even if she couldn't say it, that would mean when the old one died, she would be less dependent on her spirit. So she said, "I don't want to know how to make no rolls," with her lips poked out. And the old woman wiped her hands on her apron, saying, "Lord, these children," and neither of them ever said what they meant, and I guess nobody ever does. So what we see here in this poem, which is a pretty interesting one, what we see here is kind of a confliction. So we see the older generation, which is like the grandmother and everything, and then the younger generation, which is the young girl, which may be Nikki herself. But what we see is the young girl not wanting to carry on with what her grandmother is doing. She doesn't want to learn how to make rolls because I guess she doesn't want to be just like her grandmother. She wants to do other stuff. So she said, I don't want to learn how to make rolls. And the grandmother is upset because her granddaughter doesn't want to make rolls. And that, I think, is a problem that a lot of people have, or not necessarily a problem, but a confliction that a lot of people have within their lives is that their old generation wants them to do this, but maybe you don't necessarily want to do that. Maybe you want to go against the norm. You want to do something else, and that's what we're seeing here, where he's saying, no, I don't want to do exactly what you've been doing, Grandma. I want to do something else. I don't want to learn how to make rolls. And of course the grandmother is upset because her granddaughter doesn't want to carry on that tradition and learn in that regard from her grandmother. Whether you side with the grandmother or the granddaughter in this scenario, that is entirely up to you. But it's good to understand where both viewpoints are coming from, and you can see and interpret where the opposing viewpoints are coming from in regards to this. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching and for tuning in. System Shock Radio is coming later on today, and then we got reviews. Who's this week? We got some wrestling reviews. There's one I want to do in particular, but I may be able to squeeze in a couple more, or time permitting. The main one I want to do, and I kind of talked about it when I reviewed Halloween Havoc 97, Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. That review is out now, so if you haven't already, go watch that. But a match I want to look at this week is Edge versus Mick Foley at Wrestlemania 22, who no holds barred, and that's a very, very solid match, and it's going to be great to watch that again and review it for you guys, so stay tuned for that. We've got some not necessarily movie reviews. I guess this is like, I don't even know what to qualify this under. Basically, we're going to look at 3 different cartoons, which is the 3 different cartoon origins of the big 3 when it comes to Disney. And that's Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy. Goofy. You can probably guess what the G means, but so we're going to be looking at that this week as well. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.